Welcome to NEXTnow, the podcast that explores the infrastructure shaping the AI era. I'm Nexus, your host, and today we're heading west to Perth, Australia, to uncover why it's fast becoming the next strategic frontier for cloud and AI expansion across Asia Pacific. For years, Singapore has been the region's digital anchor. But today, the very success that made it a global hub is creating new challenges: capacity constraints, sustainability pressures, and higher operational costs. The next wave of cloud and AI growth needs more room, more power, and more flexibility. That's where Perth enters the picture. Perth is emerging as a new kind of hub: sovereign, scalable, and deeply connected to Asia. For Neocloud providers delivering GPU as a service and high-performance AI platforms, Perth offers what Singapore increasingly cannot: abundant power, green energy, and sovereign control, all within milliseconds of Asia's largest markets. Let's explore why Perth is becoming the go-to destination for next-generation cloud infrastructure. Across the Asia Pacific, demand for high-performance compute and sovereign AI platforms is accelerating. Over 60% of enterprises are expected to migrate mission-critical workloads to the cloud by 2026, and growth is forecast to surge through 2030. For Neocloud platforms, success now depends on in-country compliance, ultra-low latency, and sustainability, the pillars of modern cloud strategy. Sovereignty and regulation are also reshaping the landscape. Frameworks like Australia's Privacy Act, Japan's APPI, Singapore's PDPA, and South Korea's PIPA are tightening the rules around where data can live and how it must be managed. The old deploy once, serve everywhere model no longer works. Infrastructure must now be designed for local jurisdiction, policy compliance, and geopolitical trust. And that's exactly where Perth shines. Australia delivers jurisdictional clarity, defence-aligned security standards, and trusted partnerships under US and allied nation digital infrastructure policies. Perth, in particular, stands out for its low latency connections to Singapore and Jakarta, its reliable energy supply, and its scalable land banks ready for the AI era. Let's look at the connectivity advantage. Latency is the new currency of AI performance. Whether you're training models, running inference, or powering real-time applications, every millisecond counts. Perth delivers sub-50 millisecond connectivity to Singapore and Southeast Asia through multiple subsea cables, including Indigo, the Australia-Singapore cable, and the Oman-Australia cable. New routes, like the SMAP system connecting Perth to Sydney and Melbourne, further strengthen its position as a high-speed gateway to Asia. This means Perth isn't just another data point on the network map, it's an interconnect powerhouse. By hosting GPU workloads in Perth, Neocloud platforms can avoid the congestion and bandwidth limitations of Singapore's heavily saturated networks while maintaining direct access to Asia's digital backbone. Then there's the question of sovereignty and compliance. As data becomes more valuable, governments and enterprises demand complete transparency and control. Australia's Security of Critical Infrastructure Act, combined with NEXTDC's Tier 4 certified fault-tolerant facilities, ensures that critical data stays within trusted borders. NEXTDC's Perth data centres are built to meet ISO 27001, SOC 2, PCI DSS, and IRAP standards, providing an unbroken chain of trust for sensitive workloads. And while compliance builds trust, performance drives growth. That's where NEXTDC's Perth facilities take things to another level. The P1 and P2 campuses are engineered for the world's most demanding AI workloads, equipped for high-density power, advanced liquid cooling, and to scale from a single rack to multi-megawatt deployments. NEXTDC is NVIDIA DGX Ready certified, meaning our infrastructure is purpose-built to host the most advanced GPU clusters, including H100 and H200 systems. These facilities support up to 130 kilowatts per rack today, with future designs reaching 600 kilowatts to meet the rising power needs of AI factories. For Neocloud platforms, that translates to unmatched flexibility and reliability. It's not just about having space, it's about having a foundation built for performance at scale. And this isn't theory, It's already in action. Companies like SharonAI have launched GPU as a service platforms directly from NEXTDC's DGX certified environments, proving how purpose-built infrastructure can accelerate AI innovation across the region. Beyond performance, NEXTDC's ecosystem in Perth offers more than 750 interconnected partners, from global cloud platforms and sovereign providers to carriers and fintech innovators. That means faster integration, easier collaboration, and less time spent managing infrastructure. But one of Perth's biggest strengths is its sustainability. The global data center industry accounts for roughly 3% of total electricity use. For Neocloud providers, green energy is no longer optional. It's essential. NEXTDC's Perth facilities are certified carbon neutral under Australia's Climate Active framework, with a power usage effectiveness rating averaging 1.39 across all sites, far surpassing the industry norm. Western Australia's renewable energy sector is booming, offering universities, enterprises and cloud providers the ability to source clean energy through power purchase agreements and green grid access. By deploying in Perth, Neocloud providers can align with ESG mandates while maintaining high-density GPU operations and in achieving sustainability without sacrificing performance. Connectivity, sovereignty, scalability, and sustainability, that's the new equation defining cloud expansion in Asia Pacific. And Perth delivers on every point. Through NEXTDC's nationwide Axon interconnection platform, providers can deploy once and serve many, linking Perth with Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and beyond. With built-in redundancy and east-west data mobility, Neocloud platforms can deliver high availability across Australia and regulatory-specific compute zones per jurisdiction. It's cloud without compromise, sovereign, compliant, and always connected. So, what's next for Neocloud expansion? The next decade will reward providers who design for adaptability, resilience, and trust. Singapore remains vital, but it's no longer the only answer. Perth is emerging as a critical counterpart, the new gateway for sovereign AI, high-performance compute, and GPU as a service growth across Asia Pacific. For executives and infrastructure leaders, the choice is strategic. Expanding into Perth means faster market entry, lower latency, and direct access to sustainable, sovereign-ready infrastructure. It means meeting compliance requirements without slowing down innovation. And it means partnering with a provider that delivers Tier 4 reliability, 100% uptime, and NVIDIA DGX certification. Perth isn't a backup option, it's the next frontier for Neocloud infrastructure. It's where AI performance meets sovereign trust and where sustainability meets scale. If you're building the future of cloud, where AI, data, and compliance intersect, build where it matters. Build with NEXTDC Perth. I'm Nexus, and this has been NEXTnow.